I think he was one of the guys that I think he got rolled on down on the red zone there. Yeah, you put a boot on that thing just so keep that thing still. So hopefully the swelling doesn't get in there, and then he'll be able to get back out. But there's a couple of guys like that. Usually with those, they'll be back in a few days.
What do you think some of the things you'll have to learn as you start to go through an ACC season for the first time?
Man, I don't know necessarily anything I'm going to need to learn. I think, I already know. I know this league is really, really good. I do know that. I know every week you're going to be playing a team that's well coached. Guys have great players. So I think we already know that going in. I think we got a pretty good grasp on what needs to happen. But the problem is we got 3 weeks before we play our first game. That's the good and bad. The good news is we got 3 weeks to get better. The bad is we only have 3 weeks to get better. You feel like because this is our first scrimmage we've had since the spring, which is February, and you just feel like you'd like to have a lot more of these in order to continue to improve and get better. At some point, we're going to have to play, which is in 3 weeks, and then I just hope we're healthy. I hope we have our all our bullets, so to speak. All our players, and so you can give yourself a chance. But I don't know if there's any one particular thing I need to learn throughout. I don't know. I think probably at the end of the season that'd be a good question.
What do you tell the guys about the challenge ahead? Obviously, you're a long shot this year. What do you tell them about the building process and trying to get some traction?
Well, we just take it day by day. I don't worry about building all this and that. I worry about today. What did we get better today? We'll go watch the film and we'll correct it, and then tomorrow we'll come out and we'll go again. We just try to keep it very, very specific in that particular day. I don't worry. You get overwhelmed. I think when I think about the next day or 2 days from now or a week from now, we get overwhelmed. Let's stay in the moment and do the best we can right now. We talk, be wherever your feet are, that's where you are. And particularly with 18 and 22-year-olds, man, their mind, there's a lot of stuff going on. So we try to do a great job of just keeping them focused. Right now, what can you do to get better? And we preach that every day.
Steve,
you have one? Good?
Yes.
Okay.
So to kind of go back, you talked about the guys having confidence, having fun. Was this something that you observed when you took over the program and felt that you had to take that approach? You mentioned not cussing them out.
Yeah, well, it was different. It's different. Everybody runs the programs in a different way. And so the way that was ran before is not the way we run ours. So we were brought in, so we got a job to do. And what we do, this is just how we've always run our program. If you go back and talk to any of our players, the last 6-7 years, and really you can go back further than that, even before I was the head coach, the way we ran the program. And it's enjoyment. You have fun. And every day, that's how you get better, in my opinion, because you want to come back and you want to get to work. If it's drudgery and you don't want to get out of your dorm to come over here, how are you going to get better? And so that's all I know. And so that's how we do it. We've seen improvements out of the guys. They've gotten stronger this summer. They're running better. So now it's just a matter of execution, cleaning some stuff up, being more crisp. I think first scrimmages, I think that's the biggest thing. We were not very crisp. I wanted to be crisp, but that's going to take time. That's going to take time to make everything hit on all cylinders.
When the change was made last year, Vince Tyree talked about it being more of a matter of effort and talent. And when you were hired, he said that to be hunting a bowl game. Are those realistic expectations? And is the talent good enough?
You're talking about is a bowl game a realistic expectation?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I don't ever really talk about that. I never have. I never talk about wins and losses. I talk about being as good today. How good can we get today? I don't know if we're talented enough to win. I have no idea. I haven't went through a league season yet in the ACC to see exactly where everybody is. I know everybody's good. We're going to have to play really good football, smart football, disciplined football. We're going to have to play extremely hard to win football games, period. And what that looks like, I don't know.
Do you have any concerns about effort?
No, we'll have 11 guys that will play extremely hard every snap.
How soon do you start, and I say you as far as just the coaching staff, start working on Notre Dame?
Well, everybody always breaks down the opponents in the spring or summer, so we already have that stuff broken down, but we're not watching them. We're working on ourselves. How much better can we get as a unit, as an offensive unit, defense, special teams? We got to get better within our team before we worry about anybody else. And we don't start working on them really until probably 8 days out.
Scott, a week into fall camp, looking back at the staff you put together, how excited are you to have the group that you have and the guys that are working, with your team?
Yeah, I'm really excited with these guys. They're great to work with every day. The egos are left somewhere else. We're all in this thing together. I think, offense and defense, and even in kicking game, we bring both sides together. It's been fun to see. It's fun to see their interaction, the way they're talking, the way they're communicating as a staff. And then, when we leave the room, everybody's on the same page, and that's what we're going to tell our players. And it's been great. And I think we'll have some adversity. There's no question about it. And you want to be, you want to have guys on your staff and within your squad, your tight squad here, that everybody's got each other's back, and that's kind of where we are, and that's where we'll be.
You do have a special teams coordinator, which they didn't before, but does everybody kind of pitch in also?
Yeah, Stu Holt kind of oversees it all, but we got guys from both sides of the ball that are going to come in and help, depending on which one it is. If it's punting or punt return, kickoff return, whatever it may be. We have it assigned for different guys. We all meet together, and we all discuss it, put the plan in, and then go teach it.
Coach, you're especially at least on the practice field, a pretty quiet, relatively quiet, even keel person out there. Sirianni's like the opposite. Is how important has he been to, not just in the weight room, but just outside in the culture with the guys?
He's been great. He's been great with our guys, and he really helps the mentality of a football team. I think if you ask any head football coach throughout the country, they're going to tell you the same thing. Those straight guys, they're with the players every day throughout the year. They're the one group that's with our guys all the time. I think we have different styles of guys that coach. I don't want a bunch of screamers. I don't want everybody to be screamers. You got to have some, right? So we've got a bunch of different styles of coaching. I want everybody to be who they are, and the way we've hired out our staff is on purpose. I think that's just the way we want it, and I want to hire a bunch of guys that are maybe not necessarily like me, right? I want to have different personalities because we all have to work together, and it's just a good cohesive group, I think. And but Mike's a huge part of that.
I read where you were described as laid back. What do you think of that description?
I'm probably pretty laid back. I am, as Rocco. That's just the way I've always been. I'm extremely competitive. I want to win at everything I do. It doesn't matter what it is. We've been some write-ups about noon hoops and can jam and cornhole and all these games with cards. We can play some cards. I want to beat you in everything we're going to play. But I am very even keel. I played quarterback since I was 7 years old, and I was taught early age that you have to be even keel to play quarterback. So that was kind of ingrained at me early. So when I started coaching, I was kind of the same way. I don't want, I'll show emotion, but I don't want to get too high or too low. I want our players to be able to look at me and say, man, if things go wrong, he's still pretty cool right there, pretty calm. We're still in this thing. We're not panicking, And then when we scoring a lot or we're winning big, be the same way.
What about those moments when, quote unquote, you want to encourage more from the players?
Yeah, I can get after them, if we need to. Like today, ask Evan Conley. If you had a chance to talk to him, I got on to him pretty good a couple of times, because we tell our players we want to strive for perfection. We're never going to get there. We're never going to be perfect, but by gosh, we want to try to get there. We want to strive for it. And so sometimes when we don't reach that or even get close to that, we have to let them know a little bit.
Speaking of noon hoops, how competitive, and we hear that you have kind of a flair for late game heroics.
Yeah.
You've hit a couple game winning shots.
Yeah, well, if we need a 2, if we're down by 1, or if we only need 2 points to win the game, I'm going to shoot the 3. Because we play 2. The 3-pointers are 2s for us. We play 1s and 2s, so I'm going to come down and shoot the shot and try to hit it. And I get mad if somebody shoots a 1 if we need 2. We got to go for the win.
How competitive are they between the staff?
We're very competitive. It's fun though. We don't take it over the top with anything that we do because obviously we're all working together. But we're all competitive. We talk junk to each other all the time. And the one thing about it, if you walk in our building, we don't hold back on anybody. We're gonna if we're thinking something, we're gonna tell you. If somebody looks funny that day with a bad haircut or something, we're probably gonna let them know. So we pretty much everything's out in the front in the room. I don't want to hold anything back. So we're all that way. We all keep everybody in check. But everybody knows, everybody loves each other in the staff. So it's nothing ever personal. We're all just looking out for each other and hold each other accountable.
Have you had a chance to talk with Coach Mack to compare situations coming in and able to get any help from him, how to address the situation here with the football program like he needed to do with the basketball?
We've talked a little bit, but not extensively like that. You know, there are some similarities, I think, you know, with him coming in and the way we came in, but nothing specific really. I think, you know, and I look forward to continuing our relationship, you know, throughout. It's tough though, you know, he's so busy in what he's doing in his sport, and then we're obviously very, very busy. We've been out, we've hung out a couple of times, 3 or 4 times, but nothing significant. We obviously want to spend more time with them, and you know, we got to find time to do that.
All right, Coach.
All right, thank you.